fireplace had gone cold, reduced to nothing but embers and ash. The bedchamber smelled of tallow candles and spruce. Burgess stood at attention in front of the mantel, awaiting permission to speak. Charles gestured to the empty bed. "You are most fortunate that I was not entertaining anyone this night, Burgess." "My only good fortune, sire." The king hid a smile from one of his most trusted guards as he poured himself a splash of brandy from a crystal decanter. He strode to the opposite side of the chamber and plopped down in the center of the divan before taking a sip. "Now, what was of such great importance to warrant disturbing my sleep at this hour?" Burgess met his gaze. "Thieves have accosted the tower tonight." Charles lowered the glass. Unblinking, he awaited the rest of Burgess's story. Burgess flexed his fingers closed and then open. He wasn't one for fidgeting, but upsetting the king wasn't something to take lightly. There were torture devices in the White Dungeon he'd rather withstand. "We have the finest guards under God's creation, and I have faith in your command." Charles tipped his head to one side. "Are you at a loss for how to deal with the intruders, then?" "No, of course not." Burgess pulled in a deep breath. "Best to just get it out there." "I fear your faith might be misplaced this night. The crown jewels, Your Majesty. They are missing." 1. Carter Mosley glided along beneath the ocean waves mere yards from a 30-foot black and white orca. The majestic member of the dolphin family dwarfed even the tall, muscular shipwreck hunter. Mosley, an experienced deep-water diver, was keenly aware of how dangerous the animal often referred to as a killer whale could be. A single swipe of the creature's tail might leave him paralyzed, or worse. The honey-voiced baritone narrator looked up from the page. Flynn Harding, the director, pointed to Carter and mouthed, "You're on." Carter leaned toward the microphoned windscreen and began to read from the script. "During one of the most harrowing dives I had ever undertaken, I remained hypervigilant as—" A harried and disheveled gray-haired man rushed onto the set, Carter's speech faltering as he looked at Harding and pointed to the gatecrasher. "Cut! Cut!" Harding said. "Where is our security?" "I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Harding," a uniformed security guard said, catching the man's arm. "I don't know how he managed to get in here." "I'm late for my call time," the man mumbled, Harding talking over him as he glared at the guard. "Isn't that why we pay you?" Harding asked. "Is there any chance we could at least act like professionals, people?" Avery Turner did her best to suppress laughter as she stood at the wings of the soundstage next to Josh, Carter's agent, who was videoing the 9-foot-tall version of Carter swimming across the wall-sized digital screen playing in the background. Avery watched the guard lead the older man away with mild interest. He looked more lost than dangerous. "Just get him off my set," Harding waved one hand at the guard. "No one else go anywhere. Reset, we'll go again." The bespectacled narrator looked annoyed, reaching for his cigarettes. Harding got up from his chair and approached Carter. "Everything okay, Carter baby? You seem a bit off." "No, I'm good," Carter said, suppressing an eye roll at Harding's extreme overuse of the word baby. It was like his own little version of Pig Latin. He just squished it onto the end of everyone's name. Well, everyone he thought was important. And every time he said it, it came out faster, almost more like one word than two at this point. "Actually, you aren't," Harding said, squinting his disapproval before he flashed a grin. "Sorry, Carter baby. No offense meant." One word mark officially crossed. Carter stared at the camera behind Harding. "None taken, I think," Carter said. "What do you mean I'm not good?" "Well, you're talking too fast. You seem a little amped up." "Okay, I'll slow it down." "It's more than that. See, Carter baby, you've got to modulate your voice more. We're trying to build suspense here, okay? I need feeling in those words." 5 feet away, Avery swallowed a laugh, thankful she wasn't deemed important enough to have her name changed.